I know you work out like crazy, but what do you do for your recovery? Okay. Well, this isn't the exact question that I thought I would get, but I love it because I love a good workout question. I try to mix things up so that I'm not doing like back to back, same muscle group, same kind of workout day in and day out. So one day I'll do like a weight workout. The next day I might just do like a cardio type of thing, like on my bike, or I'll do a Pilates class, that sort of thing. And so I try to switch it up. But what I try, my recovery is probably not great. Obviously, sleep is very helpful. I probably don't get quite enough sleep, but I try to rest. Whenever I sleep, I'm trying to get that deep sleep and do the best I can. But I do try when I have time to do sauna cold plunge. You probably heard me talk about this. This is something that if you look at sort of the Scandinavian, like Viking type society, and you look at their longevity and their health, etc., what you'll notice is that they're very healthy people overall. And I think part of the reason for that and what science has sort of proven thus far is that is because of what they do with saunas. And they don't per se have a cold plunge. They have, fjords and like the North Sea, and they're dipping into like 40-degree, 35-degree water. So they go back and forth between the hot and the cold. And supposedly that is supposed to be great for you. I do think it helps with recovery. However, I'll caveat this by saying, if you do a weight workout, you want to wait like 4 hours before you do a cold plunge, because apparently it negates some of what you have done in your weight workout if you freeze your muscles there immediately. So I try to do that. I would love to say that I get a massage on the regular. However, my time does not generally allow for that. But, for me, recovery is also like a mental type of thing. And so whenever I have some downtime, I'm not watching too much news type stuff. I have to watch news and read news for my life and for my job. And so whenever I get a little downtime, I'm trying to zone out and do something that fully gets me outside of the scope of thinking about any of this stuff. Because sometimes it's really heavy. Sometimes we have a lot of great news as of late, but sometimes it can be very heavy. So I try to read. I try to find kind of shows that have nothing to do with anything else going on. And I feel like it's a good escape. Even if it's for like 15 minutes before I go to bed, I try to like zone out in that way. So yeah, those are kind of my tips and tricks. I think if I had more time, I would do more massage type stuff. I've done acupuncture before, which I think is great. Chiropractic, I think is great if you find the right person. But all those things. And then I also try to fuel my body properly. I try to eat the right foods and try to take supplements and minerals and vitamins that are going to aid my recovery. Actually, this drink right here, it's water, and it's got like an amino acid drink and chlorophyll added to it because that's all about my recovery. So, we do all the things we can, and hope for the best.